He was originally the island god Tefeti, kindly provided mankind with land and the resources to survive. But the humans were not grateful and encouraged Maui, who was a demigod, to steal his heart. The new Tefeti lost his essence. He became the evil magma beast Yaka, continuously eroding the resources of the land for hundreds of years, until the appearance of a girl named Moana, and solved the crisis once and for all. When Moana was very young, she rescued a tortoise that was under siege. Moana escorted him all the way back to the sea, and it was this act of Moana touched the sea. The sea guided Moana along the way and gave him a turquoise gem. At that moment, his father's voice came from afar. The sea rushed him back to the shore, but Moana had the misfortune to lose the jewel. He was taken away by his father, who came to him. As he grew older, Moana's desire for the sea grew stronger and stronger, but every time she wanted to leave in her boat, her father would appear in time to take her away. Until one day, the tribe's many delicious coconuts suddenly became dry and black. The cages for fishing were also empty. Moana suggested that everyone take their boats out to catch fish, but the chief's father was unanimously opposed. So Moana, when no one was looking, intended to go fishing alone. But Moana, who had no maritime amazement, faced with the rough sea, finally was washed back, and this scene was witnessed by his grandmother. Grandma took Moana to a cave. She told her an amazing secret, that her father was a great navigator and led his people to travel the seas, until one day when her father was fishing at sea, he was attacked by the lava monster Yaka. His good brother was also killed. Father for the safety of the clan, so he ordered that no one was allowed to go to sea. Knowing the truth, Moana understood his father's good intentions. From then on, Moana never thought of going to sea again. Instead, he took over his father's position as chief. He began to benefit the community, until one day his grandmother became seriously ill. On her deathbed, she told Moana he wanted him to go to sea and find a boy named Maui, and ask him to return the Star of Tefeti. This was the only way to save his people and the sea. After saying that, he passed the Star of Tefeti to Moana. For the sake of his people and his grandmother's wish, Moana resolutely embarked on the journey. But in the middle of the journey, suddenly there was a thunderstorm ahead. A wave came to Moana. When Moana woke up again, he found himself in Maui's place. The fat little man in front of him was the demigod Maui. With his magic fish hook staff, he could easily turn into all kinds of birds and beasts, but he was still defeated by the evil Yakuza. The magic weapon also fell into the sea. From then on, a person was stranded on a deserted island, until the appearance of a girl to break the bottleneck. Moana hoped that Maui to help him return the Star of Tefeti. To his surprise, Maui openly agreed, but in secret, she put Moana in a cave. He planned to leave alone with a boat, but Moana was not jealous. With his nimble body, he quickly escaped. With the help of the sea, succeeded in catching up with Maui. Maui looked at the situation, directly jumped into the sea, but soon sent back by the sea. Seeing that there was no escape, Maui had to agree to Moana's request. At that moment, a group of coconut monsters suddenly launched a sneak attack. They tried to seize the Star of Tefeti. Moana took the wooden sail and kept fighting back. After some struggle, the two of them finally escaped. But to return the Star of Tefeti, Maui had to find his artifact. So with Maui's guidance, they came to a high cliff. They climbed to the highest point. Maui leapt high into the air, and then, with a heavy hammer, a stone door opened and Maui leapt down. Moana followed suit, and below was a kingdom of monsters. Maui landed first, and Moana landed on the monster's tongue. Just escaped a disaster, and then he ran into a mast house, was forcing the police to NAK. But a rising current, after a lot of searching, the monster was swept away. Finally found the fish hook staff. Maui asked Moana to act as bait, lured out the crabs guarding the fish hooks, and Maui took the opportunity to climb on the crab's back. Maui got the fish hook staff, but because he hadn't used it for a long time, Maui was unable to change it at will. The crabs seized the opportunity and started to ravage Maui. After a lot of ravaging, just as the crab was about to eat Maui, Moana took out the heart of Tefeti and began to lure the crab. The crab suddenly lost interest in Maui. Moana started to chase after him. Moana unfortunately tripped over the Tefeti's new and fell into a crack in the ground. While the crab was looking for Tefeti no Shinsen, Moana took the opportunity to get back the fish hook staff. It turns out that the Tefeti no Shins just now was a fake. The crab reacted, quickly crawled in the direction of the two, but it was too late for them to pass through the rising water, successfully washed up on land. Then the two of them continued to sail the boat. Finally, they arrived at the island of the goddess. And Yaka is here to guard. The evil Yaka finally revealed his true face. Maui took the heart of the goddess in her hand, transformed into an eagle. But Yaka knocked him into the water with a punch. Maui transformed into a shark again, bite the heart of the goddess, now safely back to the ship. But the evil Yaka did not want to let them go. After a fierce battle, Maui's fishhook staff was heavily manipulated. Maui thought they couldn't possibly defeat Yaka, so he took the form of an eagle and departed alone, Moana, and returned the heart of the goddess to the sea. Just then, a blue light suddenly slid under the water. It was the spirit of the grandmother. Grandma encouraged Moana to be brave, just like our ancestors did. Don't give up so easily. With the encouragement of his grandmother, Moana finally regained his confidence. He jumped into the sea. He picked up the heart of the goddess. He went back to the island of the goddess. When he saw the evil Yaka again, Moana's eyes were determined without fear. With the skill of agile boat building, he managed to escape from Yaka's attack. Then, using the fog in the sea, blocked Yaka's view. Moana took the opportunity to advance at full speed. The island of the goddess was close at hand. The furious Yaka suddenly appeared behind him. He overturned Moana's boat, just as Moana was about to be captured. But Maui arrived just in time and took Moana down. Maui told Moana to go to Goddess Island. Maui told Moana to go to Goddess Island and he would hold off Yaka. With the transforming power of the fish hook staff, Maui kept circling Yaka to buy time for Moana. As Moana was about to climb to the top of the mountain, Yaka threw a fireball. As soon as it was thrown, Maui blocked the blow with his life, but his fish hook staff was also completely destroyed. Moana also managed to climb to the top of the mountain, but he found that the goddess was gone. Moana looked back. Suddenly he found a gaping hole in Yaka's body. Moana seemed to understand something. He held up the heart of the goddess to attract Yaka's attention. Then he asked the ocean to open a path for him. Then the Yaka tide went on its own. In the moment of approaching Moana, Yaka did not attack. Instead, he allowed Moana to put the heart of the goddess into his chest. Yaka also began to transform. She became a beautiful goddess. After the heart was stolen from her, the goddess had lost her essence. That's how she became the evil Yaka. The goddess caressed the earth with her hand. The parched land was instantly covered with green. The land became vibrant. Then the goddess took the two of them in her hands. Maui also solemnly apologized to the goddess, although the goddess was angry. But because he had come back from his mistake and did not bother with him, she also gave Maui a brand new staff. After that, Moana also said goodbye to the goddess. He returned to his tribe by boat. Under Moana's leadership, the tribe began to travel the seas, continuing to explore the mysterious and vast ocean.